Unlisted videos, insider drops. The only way in is through my private SMS list.
Tonight, the mask may have slipped. Protesters outside Trump Tower in New York were caught hauling away stacks of professionally printed signs in matching bags. And when one was asked who paid for them, he smirked and said, "The sign fairy." Right. Because that's what grassroots outrage looks like now. Coordinated drop-offs, polished messaging, and everyone clocking out at the same time. President Trump's been warning America for months that many of these mobs are not organic citizens, but professional agitators. And now the footage surfacing tonight raises one huge question. Who's really behind the anti-Trump street theater? See, this matters to every viewer because fake protest infrastructure is not just a campaign trick. It is information warfare aimed at your eyes, your community, and your vote. If Democrat-aligned activist networks can manufacture the appearance of mass outrage with ready-made signs, trained disruptors, and rapid response logistics, then the media gets its headline, the left gets its pressure campaign, and ordinary Americans get lied to. Your town can be made to look unstable, your neighbors can be told chaos is popular, your kids can be taught that mob pressure is civic virtue, and politically, it's bigger than a rally outside a building. President Trump returned to the White House promising law, order, and honesty after years of weaponized narratives under the former Biden administration. What we're seeing now looks like the same old activist machine trying to sabotage America first with props, payroll, and propaganda. If these are staged operations dressed as spontaneous resistance, then the country deserves names, money trails, and above all, accountability. And while we're talking about pushing back on what drains and what wears people down, I need to share something very personal that changed our lives. I'm going to share something personal now. See, for years, my wife battled chronic pain and anxiety from her diagnosis. Endless doctor visits, treatments that didn't help. Watching her struggle daily, it broke my heart. And then Jonathan Otto introduced red light therapy. Her pain vanished, anxiety lifted, and she's sleeping soundly, full of energy and life again. My recovery and vitality, better than guys half my age. Truly life-changing for us. It's backed by NASA research, FDA cleared. The studies show rapid pain relief, better sleep, faster recovery, and improved circulation. That's why I'm so glad to tell you about red light therapy at myredlight.com. In a world full of stress, noise, and pressure, having something safe and effective at home is a blessing for families who just want to feel normal again. So make sure you visit myredlight.com and use the promo codes for exclusive Next News deep discounts. Now back to the story, because what President Trump said about these agitators is looking more accurate by the hour. And this is the part the corporate press doesn't want to touch. See, Trump didn't just call the Los Angeles troublemakers professional agitators and insurrectionists. He pointed to Minnesota, mocked the expensive signs themselves, saying these were not homemade protest boards, but polished products handed out to people. Leather handles, fresh wood, uniform printing. That's not a neighborhood uprising, that's a supply chain. And once you see the signs being collected in bags outside Trump Tower, you can't unsee this operation. Let's show it all. Protesters seen with bags of professionally made signs at Trump Tower. When questioned who pays for the signs, they say the sign fairy. Shockingly, he lied. The sign fairy doesn't pay for them. They're provided by an NGO called Rise and Resist. This nonprofit organized protests throughout New York. Wall Street Apes looked into it. You're never going to believe this. They take donations through Act Blue. They're registered as 501c4 status, means they can advocate politically without the same donor disclosure rules, meaning they can accept dark money. Democrats are paying for and organizing all the protests in America. Listen.
Okay, so right here we have signs all going in the same bag. So all these signs are from Rise and Resist. These protesters did not bring these signs out, and you're going to see it right here. All the signs are being put in these bags that are going to be taken by the organizers. We're in front of Trump Tower in New York City. Okay, so you can see all the signs are being put in these bags. Who pays for the signs?
The sign fairy pays for them.
The sign fairy. Is that George Soros by any chance?
The sign fairy, George Soros has better things to do than pay for our signs. Trust me.
Okay, so there is a sign fairy because somebody is paying for this material. These aren't cheap signs. They're high quality signs and they're brand new. And they're being taken away in bags all the same bags. Where are you taking the signs, ma'am?
To my penthouse apartment.
Again, we're in front of Trump Tower in New York City. This does not look organic. Again, this protest ended at 1 p.m. and they're all leaving at 1 p.m. So are they on the clock? I don't know.
Oh, of course they're on the clock. They all had to punch out and go get their Soros paycheck. So the grassroots line falls apart fast, matching signs, same bags, Act Blue linked nonprofit in the mix. Next, a protester gets hit with a brutal reality check when the so-called Trump war talk turns out to be Hillary and Kamala's own words. Listen to this. This is great.
He says things like, if I'm the president, we will attack Iran. There is no safe haven.
Ha! Of course, you know.
And people voted for that.
I know. I don't understand it. It just makes me very sad that and not only that, the man truly is insane.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Insane people say stuff like this.
The deep end.
Right. I mean, insane people say things like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I hate to do this to you because you're such a nice lady. Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris said all of that, not Donald Trump.
Really?
Yes.
That makes me very sad. He must have been like taking notes on those things.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, they're all right here, and I have them with dates and everything. The fact check. She said, if I'm the president, we will attack Iran. There is no safe haven. Hillary Clinton said that.
But ... What came after that?
Well, maybe we will use all elements of American power, or I will always ensure Israel has what it needs to defend itself from Iran. Maybe when she said we would be able to totally obliterate them, maybe that's what came before. I don't know. Kamala Harris said, Iran has American blood on its hands. I will never hesitate to take whatever action is necessary. That's
whatever action is necessary would have been something that she thought through with lots of professionals to help her make a decision.
Oh, yeah, mental gymnastics there. Mental gymnastics on full display. Her brain malfunctions, Vince Langman writes. The clip says it all. The outrage machine runs on slogans, not facts. Now here's Trump taking that same scripted protest argument head on, calling out the polished signs and saying his team is closing in on who's bankrolling it. This from the Oval Office.
If you look at Minnesota, Minneapolis, we have crime down there because we took out thousands of people, despite all the mess and everything else. But do these people really want to have rapists? Do they really want to have drug dealers and people from prisons and murderers? Do they really want to have them in the community? It's really insurrectionists and agitators, and they're paid. And you can tell a lot of reasons. Number one, they're professionals, with their mouth. But they're also, you look at the signs are all professionally made. They have signs that are gorgeous. In fact, I want to get the sign because I need a lot of signs for different things, and I want to find out whoever does their signs, they do a beautiful job. Everybody has this beautiful sign with brand new wood. It's like leather panels. They have a leather handle on the bottom. These are not people these are people that are handed signs, and we know pretty much, we're getting very close to it, but we know pretty much who's funding this stuff. These are paid insurrectionists, paid troublemakers. But I was elected by a landslide. I won every swing state. I won the popular vote by a lot. I won everything. And I was elected by a landslide on law and order and on strong borders. We had a border that was so bad, so open, where 25 million people came in over a period of 4 years, and now nobody comes in.
President Trump laying it all out. They're not random marchers. They're paid agitators with made-to-order props. Even spontaneous protests against Trump, same story. Fresh, pre-printed signs from groups like Rise and Resist, bagged up by organizers funded through the Soros-linked networks and DNC-aligned dark money ops. No grassroots rage, but paid coordination. Here's Trump arriving back at the White House again, refers to the protesters in L.A. as insurrectionists.
About these people causing all the problems in LA. Are they people ICE is trying to deport, or are they professional agitators?
The people that are causing the problem are professional agitators. They're insurrectionists. They're bad people. They should be in jail. Thank you.
Bad people, and they should be in jail. Paid activists targeting Trump and Elon at Tesla protests.
On my way to try to find my first interview, this woman comes along and advises the people not to do an interview with me. Then she proceeds to take photos of me with her phone and then grabs a sign that says troll on it. She then, and I kid you not, followed me around the protest for the entire time I was there. The people she's guarding from an interview are folks calling for violence, holding a sign saying burn a Tesla, save democracy. And so obviously no one can be that dumb for free, so who is this woman? This is her protesting JP Morgan, funded by a campaign called 350 PDX's Defund and Divest team. This is her on Capitol Hill blocking senators. So she travels for her job as a professional protester. And this is her participating in an If Not Now, a progressive Jewish organization supporting Ilhan Omar. Yet this is her on a website for a Lutheran church. Could it be that she's pretending to be Jewish? Yes, just like the people who occupied Trump Tower pretended to be Jewish. If you're wondering who the guy is signaling for help and talking very negatively about my channel in the background, he's another professional protester. Here's him freaking out at Grand Central Station, here's him calling to vaccinate the world, and here's him supporting I don't even know what. You know the worst part about this guy? He could be teaching your child. That's right. He's a professor of health sciences at Touro University in New York.
Oh, I have another sign. Let me see that.
Yes. I know he's a right-wing troll. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Well, he cuts off the cover.
Yeah, he's loving it. You're feeding it.
So this woman with an arrow was the one he signaled for help. And why? Because they're teammates. Here's her standing right in front of the college professor at a completely different protest. Here's her at another protest, and another. Trump and Elon have a vicious paid opposition in this country.
Dude, those are the same exact signs we just saw at Trump Tower. Same exact signs.
200 Tesla takedown protests have already happened. That's not natural. And it's not just words either, it's assault. These people are going after Tesla owners.
So organized and so dangerous. So this is the moment. See, the left's protest culture looks less like a citizens movement and more like a political franchise. You saw it, same style signs, same slogans, same organizers, same pressure tactics. Source posts tie the Trump Tower protests to Rise and Resist, a 501c4 that reportedly takes donations through Act Blue. They're under investigation now, aren't they? Another investigation identified anti-Tesla demonstrators as full-time activists who travel, coordinate, and manage media encounters like seasoned operatives. That means what appears on your screen as public fury may actually be infrastructure funded by partisan networks. And President Trump was right to call out paid agitators. And if the Trump administration follows the money, this could expose a machine that's been manipulating public perception for years. So here's the big takeaway. It's simple, really. Real grassroots movements do not need a sign fairy. They don't need synchronized logistics and professional handlers to create outrage on cue. What we're seeing is a Democrat-aligned AstroTurf machine trying to intimidate, distract, and delegitimize President Trump's America First agenda, just as his administration keeps delivering. The good news is this operation is getting exposed in real time, and once America sees the props and the payroll, the script just falls apart. If you want more reporting on the legacy media that will never give you, share this video right now, leave a comment, and subscribe, and answer this, yes or no. Do you believe these anti-Trump protests are mostly organized political theater? And make sure you text raw feed to 844-840-4963 to bypass big tech suppression and get direct alerts from me right to your phone. And check out the Next News merch shelf below this video. Stay loud, stay sharp, and keep standing up for the truth and the country that we love.
The system controls information. Information control is power.
They don't want you to see this.
The truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now.